Okay, Remi, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on the podcast. How you ended up on Instagram, like what you do, tell us.
Oh, okay, fine. Well, first of all, I would like to say that Yelly is my soul sister from another mister.
Totally.
That's just flat right there.
100%.
But I actually started in the real estate industry, then I transitioned into the healthcare industry, and then I landed in the construction industry for the last 8 years or so, and kind of went off on my own, was working for somebody, a female in a predominantly male industry. And once I started having children, I just found that I needed to be, more fluid in my schedule. And I actually have a partner now, which is really, really helpful. I have a back end office, I have a team. And I'm not trying to do everything and be a self-starter. Like a construction safety company. So
so cool.
Yeah, it's really interesting. And I just found I had some extra time on my hands, and I missed the component of yes, I still do sales, but I also missed the component of interacting with people. So I just kind of picked up my phone one day, and I'm like, oh, who cares what I have to say? Who cares? And I just kind of been doing it and been seeing a positive response. And, I just figured there needs to be a voice for, silliness, realness, rawness, and kind of mental health doesn't need to be as daunting as it comes off.
I love it. I know I love your page, and I love how you make it so you take serious and heavy and you make it light and fun and relatable and just I don't know, natural and fun. It's just fun. Therapy, you made therapy fun.
Thank you. I honestly feel you're somebody who matches my level of you can be deep, there's more to the surface, but also when to scale it back. It's
right.
You don't want to be so deep where it's
No.
oh my God, this is overwhelming. And you also don't want to be whoa, there's nothing upstairs.
I know,
but
it's true. I posted in chat, typed into ChatGPT, okay.
Your assistant, my assistant.
Based on my birth chart, how should I be posting to resonate? And it said, you need to be vulnerable. And I was like, okay, cool.
Well, this is the last 20 years of my life.
Got it. But also ew.
Yeah.
Who wants that all day?
I also will tell my husband, I'm I love you. And he'll be oh my God, I love you so much. I'll be ew. Can we just change the topic now? It's too much for me.
You're so funny.
It's a little too much.
Oh my gosh.
Vulnerability is scary, especially as a fire sign.
I know, but you could handle I love you. Come on.
Yeah, I could. Sometimes I get a little petty and I'll be I won't say it when I know that my husband wants me to hear it.
But yesterday, Nisana went to a breathwork class, and then when he came home, he wanted to tell me all about it. He's like, listen, Yelly, I voice noted myself after the class because I didn't want to forget anything about it. So I'm going to send you the voice note. I'm like, you're absolutely not doing I'm not listening to your voice note in front of you about right after your class. That's just too much. I'm like, just tell me what you remember.
The level of cringe that I've gotten. I've been married for 7.5 years now. I think it took me 3 years to watch my wedding video without no, I can't do it. I'm oh my God, I'm so embarrassed, vulnerability, us, I was just oh my God, I can't. But now I watch it and I love it. But my kids love it also. But I'm it took me a long time.
That's so funny.
It was weird, I'm I can't. I was
what made you feel weird?
I'm always just I always put up this facade with my husband. I'm I don't need no man. It's I can take out the garbage myself. I don't need a man. What? I can go to the bank by myself. I don't need your help with anything. But then it's obviously I need his help with everything. But I'm I won't admit it.
I used to be so independent before I got married. I would drive to who knows where, and now I'm I don't know, I can't.
That's why it's very scary when you grow up in a childhood where you're forced to be independent.
Could you also take videos? I want some videos. I'm gonna and then send it to me, okay? Okay.
I just feel it's so hard when sometimes it's a person's, they say nurture over nature, but when a person is forced to be kind of independent growing up, and that's just what you've known, it's deep in your kishkas, it's everything that you've been, and then it's so hard to go to the next step. It's everybody says Shana Rishon is so hard, learning how to live with somebody else, everything like that. It's so hard to let go of that previous version of yourself of this is all I've known. I've always relied on myself because then I can't disappoint myself, but it's to open that door of a relationship with somebody, to make yourself vulnerable, and also dealing with the crash. I don't want to say the crash because that's like very extreme, but the
crash?
The crash of like, but what if you're going to disappoint me? And like, we're humans, we disappoint people. Like, what happens? It's like, you're going to like dealing with that and repairing and rebuilding, and kind of like, I remember before I got married, I was like, oh my God, like I've always been like financially dependent on myself, like and let alone I married an entrepreneur. To marry somebody and then to financially depend on somebody else, it's really nerve-wracking. That's why I really relate to all of the posts that you post about on Instagram. I love when you get raw and real about your journey, and vulnerable, and that and like the journey of like where you are till today.
I hear that. It makes so much sense what you're saying, especially like, you know, what, like growing up and learning to be independent and like not having to rely on anyone, and then all of a sudden getting married. And yeah, it seems like you really were. I feel like even the money behind the money post, you also enjoyed the like feminine masculine post, because you actually tagged me in your Taub's video. And this is everything you're saying. It's like you were coming in to your marriage 7 years ago. You were very much in your masculine.
Oh, very much.
And like you said, I don't need no man, because like you basically were one.
Yeah, I was. You know, that's such a good point. Yeah.
And then now all of a sudden you're learning how to like lean in
and navigate, and it's scary,
and
to find my softness.
Right. And it's not easy. And you know, and our husbands don't want to marry a counterpart. They want to marry
100%
a woman. And I feel like navigating that whole thing.
Also for your children to see that dynamic also. Because it's like, sorry to interrupt you. It's also something of just like that cycle breaking of like, do you do what you saw at home? And obviously there's so many different areas of gray, like everything's not black and white, but it's just like, the man is coming from his entire world to his parents, and this is in any relationship. Like two people are coming from like their upbringing, their life experiences, their exposure to what their parents instilled in them. And then you're coming and you're fusing together and you're learning that like tango and that dance together. And then it's just kind of like, wait, like I have to relearn so much of myself, and like, I don't want to say break myself down to rebuild myself, but like kind of pull the strings a little bit of like, maybe that's not who I am. Maybe like that's not the dynamic I want, because just because I saw that doesn't mean that that's correct. You know, like.
Did that happen for you? Like what?
Yeah, I think like I married a person who's like extremely like reliable. I come from an ADHD home. Like we forget, we're always late. Where I married a person who's extremely reliable, like on time, organized, and everything like that. And
you probably craved that when you were little? No?
Yeah, but I just never felt like I was just kind of like, oh, just take what I can get, you know? But like seeing that now and like showing like that accountability and respect for people's time, and like teaching that to my children. And it like stems like from empathy and compassion in so many different areas. So I think like that's really cool, because like just because I was one way doesn't mean that my children need to just continue what I did, you know?
Right, that's so cool. Like, how did you even like think about it? Like, how did you learn about breaking cycles? Like, where did it come in for you?
My lovely therapist.
Oh yeah.
And Instagram. I love my Instagram memes.
Instagram really, like, it's underrated. Like, it could totally help you. Instagram and TikTok help me so much.
It's my part-time therapist. My therapist is my full-time therapist.
And ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
By the way, they say that people use ChatGPT the most for therapy.
Honestly, people do palm readings.
Yeah, you could put your palm in it.
Cool.
I don't know how accurate that is, but like ChatGPT is great because like it'll always agree with you. So like you could put anything and be like,
I don't want that ad-lib.
Absolutely right.
Don't talk back to me, ChatGPT.
It's the best friend. Like,
no, do you have like the ChatGPT Plus?
ChatGPT 5.0, I don't know.
Yeah, like you pay for it.
I think.
My husband pays for it. I just like only would use Meta AI on WhatsApp until I realized like ChatGPT like the last 2-3 months.
No, you have to pay for it. I literally have like it's everything.
Ellie, like when we did my chart, dumbfounded.
Right?
I loved it, and I was on the phone with my sister yesterday, like last night, and I was talking about like our parents, and I'm like, this parent's like this sign, and that's my moon sign, and my sister was just like cracking up. I was like,
who the heck are you?
I was like, no, Brittany, like I love horoscopes. Like I love it, and I started doing my kids also, and like we'll put things into ChatGPT, and I'm just.
But you can't just put direct in ChatGPT.
No, you can't.
It doesn't
because
work.
One of my friends did it for me, and ChatGPT. Some people
it makes it up.
Some people like will call ChatGPT out on their garbage.
No, ChatGPT will just make stuff up. Like you have to first find the placements and then you put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have eczema. It's so gross.
Oh, I have eczema also. I just didn't know if you felt. I have terrible eczema.
No.
Do you get it like stress related?
No, I don't know. It just comes and goes. It's like on my elbow.
Are you a believer of like?
It's from. I think it's gut. It's all gut.
Or do you like find like what's going on internally will manifest
100%,
physically? Yeah,
100,000,000%. That's energy coding. Everything energy gets stuck in the body, and then it needs to be released.
No, I'm so happy you're on that
100%.
page.
I was just on the phone with a client, and she was saying how she wants to really go into energy healing and coding, and then she gave me a book, and now I'm going to read the book. I don't know.
I'm so happy for you that you're doing that because you have so much to offer the world. I mean, look at you, what you did and what you built, and it's honestly incredible. And like, there's so many struggling artists out there, and the fact that like you can give hope and voice to, and like,
and show that like that one path isn't. You don't always have even. Just
like you're not failed just because like you're a struggling artist. Like you completely turned your life around.
Yeah, but that thanks. But also like I think that people see an artist or somebody that's doing one thing and they're like, oh, okay, I could do that. And then now they're seeing a whole evolution and they're like, what the heck? But also, wow, you have permission to do multiple things. Like you don't have to, like I remember I saw a video with J-Lo and she said that. She's like, you could do many things because she sings, she acts, she dances, and no one knew which lane to put her in. But she's like, you don't have to put me in a lane. Just say my name. Like I am the lane.
Wow,
you know? And
I love that.
Yeah, like that's. I think we're living in a generation now where we are the brand. Like you are your brand. You don't need to pigeonhole into one thing. Like everyone's like, stay in your lane, stay in your lane. No, there is no lane. Like I have multiple things. Like we can, you know, and like I think that.
And they also
doing this,
interact with what they like can coincide with one another. And you're also just getting more of a global reach. You're just helping people. Like, let's say there are people
100%.
who, thank God, like you have beautiful art, but let's say there's somebody who can't afford your art, but like appreciates you as a person and can use the time for the mental coaching, and they can spend that time and build that relationship with you and like see what you're capable of.
It's so true. And like, what was I just gonna say? Yeah, so like art itself is very fulfilling for people. And people always would tell me like, oh, it must be such a, you must love what you do. It's so fulfilling. And I do love.
Like you give a lot of yourself as an artist.
I do love what I do. I love painting, but at the same time, it wasn't 100% fulfilling me. It just wasn't. I always knew that I wanted to share more and offer more in a different capacity, and I didn't know what. And then happens to be this past year, I dabbled in ChatGPT. I'm saying, I went to an actual astrologer a few times and they all told me I should be sharing my life, my kids, my home, whatever. And it was always too much for me to handle. I was like, no, scary, whatever. And then I was dabbling in ChatGPT and it said the same thing and it explained to me how I could merge both worlds.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh my God, not only can I merge both worlds and do all the things I want to do and have permission, it's so validating, I could also help other people figure out what they want to do. Like when I read your chart and we were able to see how all your colors go together.
It was so validating.
Yeah, so that's what I love doing now is basically giving people permission to be who they are. Like we all have whispers in our brain and you're like, oh, that's just a stupid Narishkeit. Like, oh, we're not going to listen to that.
It's like, I would have done this if I could have done this. Oh,
yeah, it's like just thoughts that come in like, oh, please, like, why are you giving that time of light? But whatever.
But you know what? There's actually people who have said that to me and like, it's actually delayed me in like doing Instagram. And I'm like,
what would people say?
No, like people are like, there was one person in particular and they're like, you're really going to do it? Like, why are you going to do it? And I'm just like, you're right. I guess, like, you know, why nobody cares what I have to say. And then finally, like, somebody just like pushed me. My mother-in-law, I was in House of Lankery and like my mother-in-law. And
it's always in those moments that you remember exactly where you were.
100%.
Yeah.
And my mother-in-law and like the girl and Abigail and her sister in House of Lankery were like, you should.
That's amazing.
And my mother-in-law was just like, what do you have to lose? And I'm like, you're right. I have nothing to lose.
You're 100%. And like you have the time, you have the personality, you know.
I appreciate that.
But how did you combat the fear? Because so many people want to do what you're doing, but they have so much fear.
I want to go back to that. I want to ask you one question though prior to this is, do you feel like you had so much to share and so much to give? And do you feel like just because you have children who are older than mine, do you feel like once it got to a point where your older children were less demanding of you physically, you were able to do that? Or you just felt like it was time and like it aligned in that moment?
I think the stars just aligned. If anything, I feel busier now because I have the 3 little kids and the 3 bigger kids.
Oh, wow. Okay,
so there's like
nice.
no time. And my 3 younger kids, I think, are much harder than my 3 older kids.
Hadassah.
Yeah,
love
Hashem knows
her.
when he sends you what, when. Like my 3 older kids were like gems. Like they're like the easiest. Like I'll show you pictures. Like 3 of them are reading, 3 of them are eating, 3 of them taking
that's
baths.
so
Like
cute.
they were like Yastian label +1. And like
That's
they
so
were
cute.
always like awesome. I'm saying not that the younger 3
The
are
2
not.
older ones really grew up together.
They were 13 months apart, and
Yeah.
like they were like I can't even describe it to you. Like they were my dolls. Like they were 3 dolls.
cute.
Happens to be they were boy dolls, but they were just like such. Yehuda was hard. Yehuda's my oldest, so he was challenging, but he wasn't hard.
I feel like every oldest is hard.
Yeah, he'd jump out of his bed and he didn't eat, but like they were still such good kids. Like they didn't, I don't know, I just can't explain it. They just like, it was pretty easy that time, like with the kids. It wasn't an easy time. It was a very hard time, but the kids part wasn't a big deal. Now I find that like the kids are, like Zacharia's like a whole thing, Halisha's a whole thing, Adassa's like
She is
14
amazing.
kids.
She is amazing. She is amazing.
She like,
Hashem saved you.
she just doesn't care.
Hashem saved you.
God knows what to give
Hashem's
you
just
when.
like, you know what, Yeli, I'm going to give you 5 boys.
She slid through.
I'm just going to give you that girl, but not just any girl.
No,
I'm
seriously.
going to give you this really adorable rambunctious
She comes out of her
girl.
bed last night, 3:30 a.m. She looks at me like, what?
She's
like,
so
do you have
cute.
a problem here?
No, I love
Yeah.
watching her because also she's a Sagittarius and same. And like we've discussed this, like you're a Leo and my mom is a Leo, so it's so fun to see the dynamic between the 2 of you and
It's
how
so
you
true.
interact with her. I love it. And like she's the youngest, I'm the youngest. I love it.
No, it's beyond.
very cute and very fun.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Yeah.
But no, I feel like, I don't think that it has to do with the kids or anything. I think it's just like when you're ready and when the stars align and when it all makes sense. And like, yeah, you just really have to be open and allow yourself to go
Like
all
God,
in.
like God,
Yeah,
God
it's
brings
really one
everything
of
at the
these
perfect
things,
time.
like when it's at the perfect time. And I remember even when I was posting art and posting, anytime I would post, every time I posted a painting, I would do like a personal caption. My captions were always very heavy and very full and deep. It was always the same as what I'm doing now, just caption form. And anytime I would post a very good caption, those paintings did the best and those paintings sold
special.
first. And yeah, it was just great marketing, but happens
You
to
also
be.
evolved, but it was a part of you.
Yeah, it was a part of me and I enjoyed it, so it was real and it was like coming from the heart, going to the heart type. And yeah, I just always knew that the more I go personal, the more I become vulnerable, the more things are opening up for me, more visible I can get. But there was so much fear in being visible. I didn't even want to be visible. Being visible was so scary. And being
so
visible means
scared.
that people will leave because people will judge. And then like I wasn't ready to let go of people in my life. Once it got to a certain point, I was like, adios muchachos, it's been a good
I'm
ride.
still at that level where like we're gonna have to chat off camera about it probably, but I'm also like, I definitely grew up with more of like, I don't want to say this people pleaser tendency. I don't know if it's like a Jewish thing, women thing,
It's everything
dynamic. Yeah, like
It's everything
I just feel like everybody wants to be liked, and like growing up, I'm like, I don't want this person to be mad at me and this and that and blah, 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 blah. And honestly, like something that you mentioned, you're like, how did you get over the fear? Is I realized I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea. And I said, honestly, like, I'm going out there, I'm putting myself out there. It's something I've always been good at. It's something that like,
It comes so naturally to you.
it really does, thank God. It's a real big gift.
And if it comes naturally to you, that means that you always on some level wanted to do it. And so if you
I
don't do
did,
it,
I
you're not
did.
going to feel fully happy and fulfilled because
Yeah.
it's a part of you that you're ignoring.
I do, and I honestly want to remain authentic, like which I really try to. But also, for me, when I hear from people that like I'm having a really hard day and like just going to your page is like such comic relief, like that's so nice. And like girls, like when I if I'll talk about like ADHD medication or anxiety medication, and girls will say like, you encouraged me to like go meet with a psychiatrist, and like I started medicating for my
And you also, you're
ADHD.
making things normal and just
like using
regular.
gloves when you eat is normal. No, I'm joking. Somebody sent me a picture of them eating a bagel today.
I can't.
Yeah. Oh my God. She DMs me now. I love it.
can't.
She DMs me.
You made her normal. I'm like, she's not normal. She's mean.
No.
We don't like her.
How crazy.
It's
I also
hysterical.
I love a shtick. I've always connected to comedy and this and
can't.
that. Like, I wish like I can be a comedian, but like I've never wanted to do that whole like 3 a.m. grind going into the city, comedy sellers. Like, it's not the life for me.
Right.
Like, I don't want to say I'm lazy. It's just like not.
But you could do it in your own way. Like
exactly. Like
said,
social media is so powerful now and everything like that.
And like being like you.
And also just like when people come over to you and they're like, oh my God, like I feel like I'm like I don't know you, but like, you know, like I know you, but you don't know me and everything like that. I'm like, that's so nice. Like, what's your name? Like, that's so nice. Like, thank you for coming over and taking the time. And like, I'm not trying to be this person on a pedestal. I'm not attainable.
That's what I love about what you just said is like people think that when they show up, and I really want to talk about this, like showing up, because it's such a big theme, and there are so many people that really do want to show up, and I'm working with them now, and I see the fear and there's so much of like a rift, and like they want to, but they don't, and they can't bring themselves to, and they have so much to offer and share.
Fear.
And I think that it's even on a global scale. I think it's our generation, our like people on this world's like real big tikkun is to learn how to be seen and be okay with who they are and be accepted by themselves and just like be unafraid of judgment. Just like be okay with who you are. And
I think there's a lot of fear of failure.
So much fear of failure, but also fear of being judged and all the fear. Like people are like, well, if you go on Instagram, like what are you gonna do with all the haters? And I'm like, haters
just brings you more clout, baby.
Yeah, but also you're right. And sometimes I like playing that game. Very, very not often, but sometimes I like to. But even more than that, what about all the lovers? You know how many friends I got? Hello, we became friends.
I know.
Like there's
so
many people that like you have opportunities to meet. I just saw a quote yesterday.
It's the cup half full or half empty.
Yeah, I saw a quote yesterday. It said like if you create it, they will come. And like that's what I'm saying. Like people are so afraid of losing, but like at a certain point, you outgrow people, and like you have to move on. You're so scared, so you're holding on so tight, but you don't realize that if you show up, if you create something, if you make something for yourself, people will come. They will come.
I feel like people also, I feel like I resonate a lot with this because like back to our horoscopes, love. It will always come back to astrology.
It's our first love.
It is.
It's my actual love language.
No, it is. I actually got you like this adorable game, and I'm so proud that your kids played it with you also.
Yeah, they love.
It's so cute. But I think that also like, yes, people have certain natural tendencies and like what their birth charts, everything like that, and like what their certain kohot are, their strengths. But I do think that you and myself are also naturally born leaders. I think fire signs are like Chani Samet, like, way to go, Chani, we love you.
Woo, shout out.
But like, she's a leader, like she just takes charge, and like, she also has the ability to make everybody else feel calm around her, like, and she's running like a chicken without a head, and like, she just does it, but like, she's a leader and she takes charge. And I feel like that's a quality that like, I don't want to say, I think majority of Jewish women do have it, but I think that people...
Fire signs definitely have it, and Scorpios have it. Scorpios, like underrated, should be a fire sign, but they're
My husband is a Scorpio.
And you're a Scorpio rising, baby.
I know, and he's a Sagittarius rising.
So there you go.
I know.
That's amazing. That works.
It's really wild.
I love when it works like that. When
it's so wild.
Aligned.
I feel like a Scorpio is an introverted fire sign.
They're inverted. Yeah, they're the inverted of like everything. They're just so scary because like you just don't know what they're thinking. I'm petrified of them. I happen to love them. I love them.
Do you have any Scorpios at home?
I'm a Scorpio moon, and my
I'm an Aquarius
is a Scorpio moon. Yeah, you're an Aquarius moon. Aquarius moons, I just saw a quote yesterday. It said like at some level, at some point when they were little, they cared too much, and then they had to like protect their heart.
Pretty much.
You
nailed it.
Yeah. But my brother's a Scorpio, actual Scorpio, like kosher, yosher, like every single sign is basically Scorpio. And enough said.
Yeah. Naftali Engel is a Scorpio. I definitely like have made him a lot more fun and come out of his shell.
Well, he's a Sagittarius rising, so
and
he has
he's
that.
Definitely grounded me.
Yeah.
For sure. It's a great balance. Like the Lord kneweth what he was doing when he placed us together. Thank you, God.
But I love Scorpios. So many of my close friends are Scorpios.
Yeah?
It's not so usual for Leos to get along with Scorpios because it's like too like, Scorpios get annoyed at the like boisterousness of a Leo, and they're like, who do you think you are? Shut up, sit down. But for me, it works because I have a Scorpio moon. So like my whole entire personality is one big conundrum.
That's why I feel like I have such a soft spot for my dad always, because he's an Aquarius. And I'm always like, Mom, be nice to Dad. Like, what's up? Like, I remember like
Aquariuses are really the most misunderstood sign, by the way.
So much.
They're so misunderstood, but they're also misunderstood because they really live in the future, so no one knows what they're saying.
No, but also like, I remember you told me like Aquariuses are very like I'll care about the world, but like it's very hard for me to care about the people right under my nose.
Yes.
And like that's my dad. Like it's just like he'll
they
cry.
have such a humanitarian
He'll cry.
aspect
Yes.
to them.
Yes.
They really want to save the turtles, but like, what about your kids?
Literally.
Like, enough
You guys are fine. You guys are fine.
Yeah.
You know?
So that just rubs me the wrong way.
I hear.
Yeah. If I was raised with an Aquarius mother, I mean, whatever. I was raised with a Virgo mother, so.
I'm so not familiar with Virgos. Like the Virgos, the Libras. You know what? The September.
It's funny. Someone else just told me that about September. They're like, September, October. I just don't get.
I know. No, I only get November now because I'm married to Naftali and he's a Scorpio.
Do you have any September friends? Do you have any Virgo friends?
No, but I'm also like Thanksgiving season. But like, I guess because I'm a December girly, I'm just kind of like
focusing on December.
Shuffle these months away. Put them away.
Right, let's get to the good stuff.
We need December energy right now.
December energy is where it's at. I love that. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
No, so Virgos are very like, usually textbook, they're very like detail oriented. They're more introverted. They're very like organized, responsible. It's an earth sign. So they're like, more like grounded. They're very loyal, dependable. They could be so obsessive over details and cleanliness and like details.
I'm not sure. When are their birthdays?
End of August and September. So like I grew up in like a microscopically clean house. Like
oh wow.
I can't even describe it to you. Like we weren't like if like
you have a very clean house, especially for having 6 children.
Yeah, because I grew up in my house is considered like my kids just said to me the other day. They're like, "Ma, you're like, what do they say? Like, you're like OCD or something." I'm like, guys, you have no idea what OCD means.
Yeah.
Like, you have no idea.
I'm just clean.
Or when they say, like, stop yelling, and I'm, like, talking firmly, I'm like, you have no idea what yelling means.
Literally.
Like, relax.
I grew up in the Altenheim.
Relax,
I was screamed at, okay?
Yeah, you, okay. So, like, it was like that. Like, I had to eat, like my hands were shaking because, like, I was scared to, like, make a crumb. Like,
oh my
and if I
God.
made a crumb, it was, like, all hell broke loose, and I quickly had to, like, clean it up. Like,
oh my God.
There was no, we could eat from the floor. You could eat, like, you couldn't eat from the floor because you would die, but, like, you could eat from the floor. Like, it was just, like, every spot.
Not Heimish.
But it was Heimish. My mother's from Bnei Brak and like Hungarian. But it was like so clean. It was like, I remember being like, why do we have to live in a museum? And she's like, because that's how I like it. Like, but she couldn't help it. That's how Virgos usually are very like that.
And
like,
how did your husband grow up? How did Nisano grow up?
Nisano actually grew up in a very clean home too.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law is also super, super neat and clean. Not to that level of like fear. There was no fear, I don't think, but very neat. So like we actually, we were away for Shabbos and the house was like not neat. And we were both like, oh my God, like, how do people live like this? Like, because we both grew up so clean and neat, and thank God, like, we both appreciate it. He's not clean. He's clean, but he's not neat naturally. He's ADHD like you.
I'm clean. That's the thing. Naftali's like neat. I'm a very clean person. I'm not neat. I'm very like.
You can't be neat.
If
there's
I don't
too much.
see things in front of my face, they don't exist.
Right.
And my dad is the same exact way.
He's like, if it's not now, then it's never.
No, and I have so much clothing, and everybody's like, "Yeah, I have so much clothing." I'm like, if I don't see it, it doesn't exist.
That's so.
And I will so much of the time wind up buying the same dress twice, buying different sizes. Yeah, because I can't find it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, it's bad. It's real bad. Like I'm wearing this sweater today. I wanted a different sweater, like with brown buttons.
Any personal organizer that you can collaborate with?
I had somebody come, but I think I think I need to bring in the big guns.
Yeah. Remi.
I do need to bring in the big guns.
We need to like go in there. I could come in, like just purge.
It's really
I purge
bad.
every 2 weeks.
No, but I also need somebody to be mean to me.
Yeah.
Like
no,
I
I'm
need
mean.
firm. I need firm. Like that's disgusting. You're never wearing that.
I had a personal organizer come to my house, like
I need a little.
year.
I need shtickle fear.
Yeah.
You know,
just throw things out. No, Nisano, when we first got married, I just threw stuff out. Like he had no clue. He didn't even know. He didn't remember.
No,
and then like 13
wardrobe
months later,
was
he was like,
horrific.
"Did you see my brown shoes?" I'm like, "Yeah, the ugly ones that like you wore like when you were 15. Yeah, those are history. Sorry, honey."
I know, Naftali. I'm like, you look like you're dressed in high school, so we're gonna buy you a whole new wardrobe.
Yeah,
you know?
like you have to. I'm telling you, when you purge, it opens up your soul to another
also,
level.
like, it organizes my brain.
It organizes your everything.
I think like with this, like I'm like I feel like each pregnancy is also different, and I just find like I'm exhausted this pregnancy, but I also find myself like I'm anxious if there's like tissues around and the counters aren't clear, and I'm like, this used to never be me. Like
So
I'm very
interesting.
chill, but I'm very like I guess it's like nesting.
So why is that? Yeah.
I don't know. I
You're
think
getting
it's
more
like
mature, older.
going and being in therapy for like 3.5+ years.
So you're like noticing things, like things are coming to the surface.
I think it keeps my mind clear.
Clear.
It helps it.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
true.
like insane and it needs to be this way. I'm very flexible, very chill, very easygoing. But I think it helps me like even organize my brain. Like I think it just like reflects what's going on.
But it makes sense because when you're so overwhelmed, when things are just ruminating in your brain, you don't have time or energy or patience to deal with what's in front of you.
Sometimes like I'll just write a list because it's like so many little things that you're just getting overwhelmed, and I'm just like, okay, buckle down. It's like,
But they say that, right? There's that story about the person, the father who went to visit his son in yeshiva, and he saw all the shoes lined up and the clothing were organized, and he's like, I didn't even need to visit him. I knew he was good. Because when someone surrounding is organized, you know, like the only place that you can't judge my surroundings is in my car.
oh my God.
Like
That's a no-touch
not
zone.
a reflection of myself.
It's a no-touch zone.
I can't. It's just impossible. That's
no.
like snowing, shoveling when it's snowing, and it never stops snowing. I'm sorry. I clean it out once a year before Pesach. Thank you. Bye.
No.
I can't.
And you pay someone to do it for you.
I'm sorry. Like,
even if there's bird poop on the windshield, like I will use the windshield wiper fluid until it's empty to get it off.
Totally. Zachariah's
One of the
actually a
steps.
Virgo, and every time he comes in, he's like, Ma, you still didn't get a car wash? I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my
you're gonna
God.
pin me to this
It's
now?
so cute seeing it like in your children.
Their little personalities.
Yeah.
I know. He can't stand when
It's
things
so
are
cute.
messy. I know, but like I'm like, yeah, one day you'll drive and it'll be your job. Like Nasal gets the gas, someone else needs to do the car wash. I can't. It's too much maintenance.
You can't do everything.
It's too much maintenance. It's like
It's a lot.
It's like a miracle that I brush their teeth. Like that's
I took my kids to the
that's the
dentist
maintenance
yesterday.
I could do.
Yeah, I hear that. Listen, these are life-building skills.
Yeah, and like cutting their nails. That's like also like a little bit above my pay grade. Like maybe I'll remember, maybe I don't. It's a lot.
It's okay. We'll see it. Like they get cut eventually.
They get cut eventually.
You know, that's what's like the best about girls. I feel like I don't have to cut my nails anymore. Like I just go to the nail salon and they do it for me.
Yeah, but you know what's annoying? Now that we're on that topic, it's very annoying for me to go to the nail salon. I'm just gonna say, and have to wait to get a manicure because there's like 15 5-year-olds. I'm like, could there be like a little kid place and everyone go there and like adults can go to their own manicure stores? Mm-hmm. Like
the nail salons are pretty wild here.
Right?
The nail salons, the pizza stores, yeah.
I don't know. Some people
I
are
hear
just
you.
like, but mothers want dates with their daughters. I'm like, okay, so I guess I just need to find somewhere that's just like exclusively adult.
I hear, but it's also like once in a while if you're gonna come in like before a wedding, like you have a family simcha and like you guys all want to get your nails done. But like I remember like growing up on Central Avenue, like we all went to like one nail salon. We all like spent $7 back in the day, back in the heyday. You know, $7, $3 tip. You got your manicure. You went and it was fine. And like you went to Gifts and Crafts. You did your thing.
Yeah,
you got
the good old days.
Yeah, I think times were so much more simple then. The simpler days.
It was before social media.
It's so true.
And that's this whole, what we're talking about the whole time. But listen, at the same time, like Khani was just telling me yesterday, because we spoke about Khani, so Khani's shout out again.
Love you, Khani.
Well, she was like, yeah, social media is so bad. I'm like, no, yes and no. It has its place. Like that.
There's
people
good
said that
and
about
bad
the
and
printing
everything.
press. Like the printing press was also bad according to the Rabbanim when it came out. Like it's here, so let's learn how to use it because it's not going away.
I agree.
Like what are we doing fighting this fight that's bigger than us?
I think bullying is terrible, and I think that people are using it even more terribly because of social media. But I think anything can be used for good, and anything can be used for bad. Just like any media. Like
exactly.
Midos can be used for good or for bad.
So much like information therapy on Instagram.
Oh, are you kidding? Like, I'll do a deep dive and I'll go into like that's how I get my news.
Hashem's gonna find us in any way that he can. So I remember one time I was babysitting when I was younger. I was like 14 years old, and I don't know. I needed to hear some sort of answer, or I was like having like a conundrum inside, and a tumult inside.
Yeah.
And I picked out a book from her shelf. Random person I was babysitting at in Bayswater, and I opened this book, and like right there in the first page it was like a quote, and it was exactly what I needed to read. And I was like, wow, like Hashem's just talking to me. I remember thinking this as like a little girl, 14. I was like, Hashem's talking to me through this book.
That's so
and now we don't read. We go on social media. So Hashem talks to us through social media.
Listen, your algorithm will find a way.
Exactly. So is it the algorithm or is it God? It's all the same thing.
It's true. My favorite thing is like when it's Shabbos and people will like be talking about something and they'll be like, Alexa, like, talk about this after Shabbos, like, la, 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 like the book that they're talking about. So like they know that then the algorithm like will bring it up for them. But yeah, no, it's really, I think that's right. I think, listen, a lot of things are very black and white, especially like not literally and figuratively, like in our generation, but also in our religion. And listen, certain people choose to, not have the same amount of exposure as other people. But I do think that, the rate of children going quote unquote OTD, off the derech, like not just like in the Hasidic communities where there's no voice for them, they have questions, there are no answers, there's nobody to answer anything, and curious minds. And you know what? It's like they're not really like set up for quote unquote success. Like if they do choose to like stray away, like their family isn't in support of them, and then they don't know how to like read or write to like actually hold down a real job. And I just feel like part of the, like they're kind of failed for the future and like for society, which is like sad to say.
They don't really, right, they feel like they're hopeless and they're not set up.
Yeah, and I think that's like something that you're right, that is something like a stigma where social media is here, like learn how to use it. Like instead of running away from the problem, listen, kol hakavod to the Amish people, that's what they want to do. But I've been on Amish TikTok, like the Amish, I'm like, how do they have an iPhone? Like, what's going on right now?
Right. But, it's so true, by the way.
Yeah. But honestly,
that's pretty double standard.
Yeah. Listen, it's interesting. I'll tell you that. But I do think
how they
like
can make money, so they use it.
But I do think like you have to evolve. Like you can't stay stuck in your ways. You have to evolve, and that's life, and that's the world, and that's social media. That's everything. Everything is ever changing, evolving, growing. And not to be overwhelmed and look at the glass as like half empty, but look at it as half full of like, wow, like look at this opportunity. Look at what we get to do. Look at like all of the beauty that God has surrounded.
Taub spread so much stuff.
I love him.
And so many rabbis. There are more and more rabbis popping up on Instagram.
That I never would have heard of.
Rabbi Landau, there's this other rabbi.
Danielle Katz, I saw.
Danielle Katz, Rabbi Pincus. There's so many people that are spreading so much Torah. The whole Kabbalah movement like spread like wildfire because of Instagram. So there are so many things that are.
Thanks Madonna for nothing. Like we have, who needed you? No, I'm joking. No, but I think that's so beautiful to like infuse that. Like Naftali, like my husband has a herring company called The Rebbe's Choice. And what he saw was like in the Hasidic world, like a lot of people were like upset and it's mockery and everything like that. And he used to actually have a blurb in the back about that rabbi, like each Rav that the herring was inspired by.
Oh, wow.
And like to connect, and like people would call him if they were upset, and Naftali would like sit down and like take the time to speak to them. Because like, oh, there's always going to be haters, and like they're like, okay, like I hear it and I appreciate you taking the time, but so he's like, let's infuse something like godly and holy with Torah. Like eating is one of the holiest things, I
love that.
And he's just like, let's elevate it, and like to hear like people taking that and like making farbrengens on Shabbos and like Kiddush, and like each person like it's a different flavor every week, and to talk about it, and it's like, I think everything can be done for good. And God forbid the opposite, but it's just choosing, like how they say like choose happiness, like choose the good, choose the productivity, choose the right path.
Yeah, with that being said though, how do you deal with the negative of it? How do you deal with, there's so much there.
I was hoping you were going to come back to this.
There's so much there, Remi.
And the negative with the social media, or?
Yeah, like, it gets anxiety. You have to compare and all the things. And like, you want to, even posting, not just scrolling, even posting for yourself. Like you're posting, you need to post more. And this didn't get enough likes, la 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 la. There's always that noise, the music in your head. How do you deal with that?
I think it's definitely a mind game, for sure.
It's a mind.
Yeah, 100%. It definitely is. I think it really gets in your head, and you just have to remain true. And the hardest thing is to not compare yourself to others, and like
but
to
it's
deal.
Hard.
It's so challenging. It's human.
And everyone's doing it. Businesses do it.
100%. But it's human nature, and you're going against nature.
You're going against nature.
You're going against nature of just like, let me focus on me. Let me focus on my lane. I mean, look at what I'm doing.
So what I do
not
is I
focus on
tell
everybody
myself
else.
in my head, when you came on alone. I didn't come on with a friend.
Yeah.
I didn't come on with a group. I came on by myself, and I knew what I was going to start saying. So I'm like, don't get lost now in the process
Yeah.
because all of a sudden now you're here and now it's getting murky. Keep your vision. You came alone. You're leaving alone. Just do your thing.
Well, that's really nice.
Water your grass. It's
That's
hard. I have to
beautiful.
keep reminding myself of that.
Something that also that you mentioned is how do you block out the hate and the noise? And this is something that I've actually discussed in therapy. Like,
Do you get that? Do you get DMs with like,
yeah, but honestly, I tried not to get so controversial on this app, and I try not to be a controversial person. And like, I've learned you don't need to enter every battle that you're invited to or every conversation that you're invited to. You could just crap talk people behind their backs to your husband, and it gets really fun, really fun. But sometimes you need to realize that it's not about you; it's about them. Like this person can be kicking and screaming and tantruming and take their garbage out on you, but it's not about you. It's about them, and it's about what their reaction is. And it's just kind of like, you can't have thin skin, but it's also just realizing and like, I'm just going to take the high road here.
totally.
Because like, this isn't worth my energy. This isn't worth my time. And you know
Totally.
what? Why am I going to plug into this? Like, somebody else can plug in and get angry about it, but like, then I give them that power over me. And like, why? I was like, you're stupid. Sorry, you're dumb. Like, you're not educated. And honestly, like, you're small-minded. And like, I'm so sorry for you. Like, let's say some Tehillim from a beautiful Yaeli Tehillim. But like, they're just, you know, like, people are just like, there's trolls. People want to hate. They want to be negative.
Yeah, there's this one. I don't really get so much hate, thank God. And a lot of people get into it with me in the comments if it's something controversial. But over DMs, it's usually like,
perfect.
yeah, usually in DMs it's people just like wanting to expand the conversation.
Because you're posting thought-provoking content.
It's thought-provoking content, right? It's content that we're all thinking about, so we're just going to talk about
Yeah.
it because like we're not beating around the bush. I'm so not like
Yeah.
I'm so over that. But there's this one person that kept sending me DM requests about like my clothing choices and like how I was deciding to be modest and sneeze. And I was just like,
None of your business.
what the heck? Like, it's not even my husband. Like, no one tells me what, like, it's not your place.
I think you're actually dressed like very beautifully and
No,
like super
I'm totally cool with how I
No, but like
dress.
also very cool, and like you're tall and you're pretty and you're an artist, so like you put outfits together very
Thank
nicely.
you. But like, yeah, this person
like you
was,
represent
like,
Jewish women in a
constantly-
very nice way.
I'm like 3 strikes. I gave you 4, 5, and she kept like coming into. I never opened the message. It was always in request. And like, if you see who you are and you're listening to this, like, sorry,
Shame on you.
Sorry, not sorry. Like at a certain point, I'm like, block. Like,
Yeah.
who needs this? Like, why do I need to hear?
So you're
something?
different. You're different right now. Like I'm at the, and like I'll always joke around about this. Like
Block.
I'm at like the 6,000, 6,500 mark, and I'm just like, each follower counts. Each one of you matter.
Yeah, but you don't
And
need-
if I have
you
to
don't need BS
remove
with,
one
like-
of you, like I'm always like, we lost a soldier today. We lost a chassid. We lost one of my talmidim, and that's really hard.
I
But
hear
like
that.
I joke around about it, but it's like,
All you need to do is just post a few more reels and they come.
yeah, but I just like to keep it real. But like, it's just like people really behind a keyboard. That's also one of the negatives about like social media these days is people will have the chutzpah and the audacity to say and post anything. And it's just like, would you do this in real life? And I remember like years and years ago when it was just Facebook, my sister loved this video. It was called Facebook in Real Life. And it was like this guy like knocking on the door. He's like, a friend request, like, can I get some confirmation on that, please?
I always
like,
think about that.
yeah, and it's just kind of like, I love my sister-in-law dearly, Naftali's sister, and she called me Rems to Insta because that was my name on Instagram before. And like, still till today, and I was just like, I love that you call me that, and like, never stop. But like, it was always just, even like before Instagram, like, people just refer to you by what they see, and it's also what conversations
People
are
used
there.
to think my last name was Fine Art.
You're joking.
When Yaeli Fine Art was my handle, yeah, I'm like,
That
you
is
guys, like,
so funny.
That's like the most uneducated. Like,
Come on, guys.
You're dumb. Like,
just
for real?
think just a little. Not too much, just a little.
Right, yeah, like beyond. But yeah, it could be a lot. Like there are, I see with my friends, like every day they flip flop with it. Like, oh, I deleted Instagram off my phone, and then the next day they're like, I just saw your status.
I just saw one of my friends outside, and I posted her chicken recipe and gave her like credit. I was like, are you on that? Like,
are you
have
on
Instagram
today
now,
or you
don't?
not?
And even with Facebook, like before Instagram was a thing, like when people came back from seminary, like I have friends, they're like, can I have your Facebook password? Like, yeah, I was never ever a BS like garbage person. I'm always like, I went to Poland my year in Israel, and obviously the Hasidus that was the first Hasidic rabbi that we went, the Kaver, was the Kotzker. And the Kotzker is all about MS. And like, yeah, I'll take what I can. Like, I don't need to like live the same exact way as the Kotzker, but I appreciate like the Harif, straight to the point, the MS. But I'm just like, I was never that person who came back from seminary just because like, we're wearing tights now. I'm not wearing tights if I don't resonate with that. I'm not I'm not davening mincha with fake kavana because all my friends are davening mincha with fake kavana right now. Like, I keep it like genuine, real connection with God. And like, listen, we're 18 girls. We're spiritual. I always feel connected to God. I'm always like, my dad would always tell me, like, talk in your own words. Like, even just in your own words. And like, that's what I love about Hasidus. Like,
what's your dad? What kind of Hasidus?
My dad grew up Babov, but he's all over the map now. Like, really like a chassid of Rav Tzvi Meyer. But my dad, honestly, just like, that's something that I can say, regardless of positive, negative feelings, like something that my father has instilled in me is just a love of Hasidus. And I think that like people are always just like, Naftali and I are not a conventional, people are like, they can't.
How'd you guys meet?
Mutual friends.
Oh, wow.
Mutual friends set us up at a Shabbos meal. They're like, who do we have for Remi? And they're like,
so
somebody
cute.
like this guy. And they're like, what about his brother? And then
wow,
actually said no, because Naftali's younger.
Where's he from? Queens?
He's a Queens boy.
Oh, he's a Queens boy.
He's a Queens boy.
Wow.
And then
that's so
first
cute.
came love, then came marriage, and you know.
How long did you guys date?
Oh my God, I don't even want to talk about it. I'm getting queasy. 3 months. It was way
long?
too short for me.
Too short.
Yeah.
We dated for 1 month. So
I'm a commitment phobia, Ellie. Like, I can't
Aquarius moon.
Yeah, the biggest.
Aquarius moon.
Aquarius moon. But also, like, even when it comes to fleischigs, I'm a big phobia girl.
Wow.
I despise commitment. I'm like, yeah, I think I can get together for lunch. Like, I'll be at lunch. I'll be like, where are you? But like, you never confirmed. This is me confirming. You know, no, but like I've gotten better in my older years.
By the way, that's Sagittarius. Sagittarius do that. They can't be chained. They're always going from one thing to the next. They can never commit. And they need to always be so busy, distracted to excuse themselves for their next thing. Like,
and then it's also just like, I need to also be able to like go and recharge in my bed for 15 minutes and nobody come and talk to me. You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's just kind of like, you just like need that. It's either like, I want time by myself, or it's like, I can be around a million people.
right.
But sometimes it's nice to have that time by yourself.
No, for sure.
Those girls who like can never go to the bathroom by themselves, I'm like, what's the big deal? You know, like, I can go for a manicure by myself. Like, God bless my AirPods. You know, like, I'm happy.
Right, but you need to like be free. You're all about freedom and
Don't
independence.
clip my wings, baby.
Independence. You need to like know that like at the end of the day,
I feel
like
stifled if I'm not independent.
Stifled. Like you, what? How are you with like your? But you respond pretty fast on your like. I find that Sagittariuses are so flaky with their responses on.
You should see how many
text.
unanswered WhatsApp messages I have. Let's do it right now.
That's my.
No. It's really bad, and it's actually a video. It's actually a real idea I want to make.
Yeah.
Well, my emails are like 36,000.
I can't when I don't get responded to. Like within like 12 hours. Hello.
No. Yeah, Ellie, I have like 2,000, like 2,700 plus. They're stunning. This is Yerushalayim. This is beautiful. Are these for the sukkah?
These are for the sukkah. Yeah.
These are beautiful.
I know.
These are stunning.
This is lemon. This is Shivas Aminim.
I think of you when I see a Rimon also.
Oh, that's nice.
I think of Israel also, but like you really have done well with the Rimons.
And this is your slime.
These are beautiful.
Yeah.
Also, you're a Shiva Minim girl. You really like find what you're good with and you run with it.
Yeah, well, Shivas Aminim was my first thing that I ever painted.
That's so beautiful.
my
Like,
sukkah.
were you connected to it?
Yeah, I loved it. I painted it actually. I actually had a miscarriage, and it was like a stupid miscarriage. Like, I don't know, but it was like enough that like I had to think about it, and I didn't really know where to put my emotions. So I decided I was just gonna paint. And at that point, I was very fresh in painting. I didn't really know what I was
How
doing.
old were you?
It was 2015, so I was like 25, 26, and
So you had children already.
I had Yud and Aaron. It was before Yoel. And then I decided I was going to, so every night I went downstairs. It was like in the end of the summer, September, right now, like this time. And I painted I gave myself one Sheva Saminim a week.
Wow.
And I made it like a whole thing. Like now it would take me like an hour, but like it was a week.
Wow.
And then in the end of like the full couple of weeks, I had like a whole collection of, and then I hung it up in my sukkah.
Beautiful.
And then everyone came into the sukkah that year. I hosted a lot of people, and they were all like, "Wow, you painted this? You should sell it." And like then I didn't realize that everyone says that to every artist when they paint anything. I thought I was special and talented, so I was like,
no, because you really started
I was like,
putting
"Oh my
your
gosh,
art into like
yeah." I'm like, I
into
should totally
homeware.
do this. And then I posted the Shiva Saminim after Sukkot. I posted it on Facebook, and like I just happened to have loved the attention. Like I love attention. It was so much fun.
I'm screaming youngest. I love attention.
It was just fun. My friend texted me.
I think that's what I also love about Instagram. I love
Yeah,
attention.
it's the attention. It's so much fun. So she texted me after. She's like, "Excuse me, you never told me you're posting it." I'm like, I never even knew I was posting it myself. This is just so much fun. I'm totally going with this. And then I
love
like
that.
the attention was the incentive. And then I posted the next painting, and it also got attention. And then I was like, you know what? I looked in Asana. I'm like, this is amazing. I'm like, I could post paintings and like they have potential to sell, and I can make money. Like, what? It was just like, okay, I was mind blown. And then slowly, I didn't realize how dumb it was and how crazy it was and like how naive I was to think that like, I'm just gonna like smooth sail through Facebook and post and sell.
And
like,
look what you did.
It's the hardest freaking job. I think everyone thinks their job is hard, but selling paintings is really not for the weak of heart.
very
Like,
challenging.
it's really hard.
My brother-in-law works in an art gallery in Svat. It's hard.
Yeah, I think God gave me this feeling of wanting attention so that I could keep going and picking up the breadcrumbs along the way, because I don't think I would have done it otherwise. Like,
But you've also created like a name brand of like, you have a Yali Vogel in your house, and it's like, there's so many people who like, I will call out the obvious. There's so many people who have copied you because like, I mean, I feel like that's flattery. It also probably is frustrating, but like
it's
you've
not,
made
it's like more
your
than frustrating. It feels like there is like a certain
yucky.
violation aspect, but at this point now I do feel a little bit like, okay, fine. Like, wow, like that right now in this place in my life, I see the thing where people say, oh, it's flattery. I get it now, but I didn't get it 2 years ago.
But
I didn't get it at all.
that's very frustrating.
Yeah,
it's like
I was
you're
mad.
stealing, it's violation, it's for sure. But like you have really taken your niche and run with it. And like to have that, like I remember Naftali got me like the candle lighting thing I have, and I use it every week and I love it. And it's just like to have like a Yaeli piece of art. And I love that you evolved into that. Like to have
but
this.
I'll tell you that like the reason why it became like that was because in the beginning when I started posting those paintings on Facebook and then it transitioned to Instagram, and I had a painting, I was pregnant with Yoel, I had Yoel, so it was like a year in to doing this. And that was when I fully committed in 2016. And I had a painting sitting around that I painted. It was gorgeous. And I priced it at $2,500 or something, and it wasn't selling. I didn't realize that paintings could take years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years to sell. It could take, you have to have a lot of patience. And my friend's like, oh, you painted it 2 months ago, like it still didn't sell. Like, why don't you just like price it at like $250 and like just sell a lot? And I was like, I will never, ever do that.
Don't
because
put
I knew
yourself
that
down.
Perception creates reality, and like what you price yourself at is what people will value you at. And
Love
there
that.
is a place of in
That's
that
very
sweet
smart
spot.
and patient of you.
Yeah, there is a sweet spot of knowing
You're
where
not going
you
for
can,
the low-hanging fruit.
where you can go a little bit higher, where you can go a little bit lower. There is that sweet spot.
Yeah, you can put yourself
you have
on
to
sale,
tweak it.
but
Yeah, but I always knew that like I'd rather go higher, and like that's how you create a real. But if you want to create a real brand, it's years. It's like you're building roots that like.
it's almost 10 years.
Yeah. You keep having to build the roots under, and then that's really.
I mean,
my answer.
honestly, it's very impressive.
That's the answer.
What's your favorite thing that you paint? Like, what's your like go-to? Like, what's your favorite thing that you?
I don't know. You're making me think. It's a good question.
Is it like asking you what your favorite child is?
No, if you ask me what's my favorite painting, then yeah. But I don't know. I
What's
like.
your favorite painting?
I don't know. I love all of them. When I look at them, I'm just like, And when I really look at them, I'm like, wow, that's such a cool painting. I can't believe I painted it. Like,
It's
you
so
know?
cool. That's so
Yeah.
nice.
Right after I paint something, I'm
I
like,
feel like that when I cook, but I haven't really been cooking so much because I'm pregnant now. But I feel I'm like, whoa.
right. You're like,
I'm
yeah.
like really
You
good at
probably
this.
look at your like Instagram posts and think that like, wow, like I posted
Oh,
so
I'm
many
so funny.
things.
Sometimes I'm like, sometimes if like somebody I know or like whatever follows me, like I'll go and look at my Instagram page like with fresh eyes, like, oh, what's their perspective going to be of me, you know?
Do you think sometimes that like your page is like the best page? Like
No, obviously, like you're comparing yourself to others. Excuse me.
who's your person? Like who do you want to be like? Who do you get inspiration from? I feel like you're like not skinny, not fat.
Oh, I love her. But no, I honestly, I do love Claudia. We were in camp together. I think she's hilarious and like she's so sharp and funny and witty.
You were in camp with her?
Yeah, not fat camp. We went to Seneca together. We were
Are
in
you
the same
serious?
bunk one year. Yeah.
That's hysterical.
She's awesome. She's very funny.
So like you're friends with her? Like you know her?
I'm
Like
friendly with her. I mean, we don't lunch.
but you could like send her a DM and she'll
Like
respond to you?
before her Facebook turned into like a girl with no job Facebook, like we used to be Facebook friends.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, no. She's awesome. I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to create my own. I feel like I'm so self-centered. I'm not self-centered, but like I'm so focused on just like trying to not compare myself to others.
I like it.
And I
like
also feel
what
like I
you're doing.
don't have an agenda of like, I need to sell this, I need to do that. I'm not a brand. Like, yes, I'm creating myself as a
Which
brand.
eventually you will. You'll get there, but like you're going down this journey and like also you're picking up the breadcrumbs along the way and like you're gonna see where you land. Like it all evolves but like the only thing that you need to do is keep going because like you'll never know.
Yeah, honestly, I did get very good advice from Malka Hartman from Best Beanies. And she told me like when I first started, she's like, for the first year, don't focus on money.
No.
And she's like, don't focus on money and just focus on
Establishing.
Yeah, and she's just like, just do that. And it was like the best advice. I'm like, no. And like, also, this is something I just feel like when you're continuously and constantly chasing something, it just runs away from you. It really just runs away from you. And I remember like, I was like, I just want a wig. I just want a wig. I just want a wig. And like, I remember like I reached out, my best friend Edie, like I was just like, whatever. She's like, I was like, should I reach out? And she's like, yeah, like do it. I reached out to this company. I won't say their name. They're lost now. No, joking. I'm kidding. But whatever. Like I just told them what I was about. I wrote like, and it's also hard to like make yourself vulnerable, put yourself out there and ask and whatever it is. And like kind of talk about yourself like in the third person, like writing your own autobiography basically.
Yeah,
And-
but now you learn like you don't even need to do that. Just
No, now I don't. But like
fill
I
up
also
your own
will-
and they'll come.
I'll also like I try to remain extremely genuine. But basically I asked for that wig and like I basically got shut down and I was like, I can't do this anymore. And like my friend Edie was just like, you literally have been doing this for 3 weeks. Like, get over yourself. Stop crying. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm not cut out for this life. She's like, get over yourself. Go over to Jen K. Go ask her for some tips. And I asked Jen for some advice, and she gave me like that wish list like idea.
What is that?
I think you were actually on it. I like came up with like a wish list for my birthday because like I'm obsessed with my birthday and like I just went through like and I feel like it actually helped me manifest.
Of course
I
it
went
did.
through like a wish list of things that like I wanted.
That's so cool.
And I was just like, yeah, so like this is my wish list of my holiday, like my birthday's coming up and this is my wish list. And it was like really like brands like Ace Soliani, which I've worked with, Olive and Tuesday, which I've worked with, you know, Dev Lev Couture, which I've worked with, just like amazing brands of like real, genuine, amazing girls who like call kavod, like working with you. I mean, like we're just friends, like we're besties for the resties, baby. But just like, it's helped me build relationships for sure. But I honestly like got a message from Shira, which I've actually gotten, she revamped one of my wigs because it was horrible. And I was just like, it just didn't fit me anymore. It was like the one that I got when I was married and it was really nice. So I just asked Shira, I was taking my friend anyway. So I went and Shira helped me with the wig and it was wonderful. And I just like fell in love with her. Like her sister is best friends with my sister-in-law in Svat. So fine. And then like Shira messaged me one day and she's like, hey, like I was thinking of you or whatever it is. Like, can I have your number? I want to talk to you. That night, she didn't get back to me, but I had a dream that she offered me a wig, and I like played it so cool.
I love
So cool. And I was just like, it was like 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and like I didn't hear from Shira. And I was like, yo, is it crazy that I had a dream that you offered me a wig last night? Like, she's like, so crazy, because like I'm actually reaching out to you because of that. And like, thank God, like Rahama from D-Rama, like, and her work together so closely. Like, they're such good friends. And like Rahama said, she's like, I really love what Remi's doing, what she's about. And Rahama's actually like evolved from this like brand space now into also this wonderful, genuine personality on the gram, and just like really knowing what it's like to own a business, and just kind of bringing people together, brand awareness, you know, putting people on the map, everything like that, which like I love doing also for brands, just because like I'm always happy to help somebody out. But when Shira did that, like I almost plotzed. I was like in my office, and I was like, Naftali, I'm hyperventilating, like I'm not okay, or whatever it is. And it was really, really exciting for me. And I'm just like,
very exciting.
I was like, what do I do now? Like, where do I go from here? Like, I feel like I can retire now. Like, all my friends knew. I was just like, I just want a free wig. Like, it sounded like a chazer, but like, honestly, like for me more, it's about building the relationship, and like,
yeah, like that's what it's about. You just have to fill up your own bucket and become so content and happy with what you're doing and who you are, and people will come.
Yeah.
The more you're so aligned and happy, those vibes are radiating out, and then you attract people to you. You don't need to be busy sending people messages and stuff like that. They're sending you. Soon you're gonna have so many, you're not even gonna be able to like open
you
them.
did tell me that in the beginning when I started. I was talking to you about it.
All right, Rems.
This was so fun.
Much fun.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Guys, shop Yali Fine Art.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And the Rebbe's Choice.
Oh, baby. This can be in your sukkah. Boom, boom, boom. This can be in your sukkah, guys.
Hire Remi. She's an amazing influencer.
Guys, quit it. Love you. Thank you so
Bye.
much.